Welcome back to Frostpunk on the Edge. In the last episode we sent off our first shipment of steel and steam cores to New London, but apparently there are trouble at home, so things are ramping up and we are in a problematic relationship currently with food. But hopefully our scouts will find something, or the events of the game will help us to solve that issue. Otherwise, as I said at the end of the previous episode, it's going to be quite miserable for the people living here in Outpost 11 when they don't get food. So, let's see what day 7 has to bring us, except for a colder temperature. We need people working here, and we already have, so that's good. We also need people working in the sawmill. And then we need to turn on the braziers so that the city gets some warmth. We're currently running in a 100% deficit on coal, because I don't have any coal income, so 360 minus per day. I don't really have enough to fill up these buildings, because we're still collecting. But our scouts have reached the collapsed building. We are standing in front of a ruined building whose purpose we cannot guess. It is possible that it is only a remainder of a larger complex. Past glory. Perhaps it was a mountain shelter, or maybe a military watchtower? A shred of a white flag flutters in the wind above it. God only knows how it survived. There's no telling whether it has always been white or has lost all colour over time. We get 17 wood and we discover the site stone wall. Let's move on up there then. Yeah, food is bad. Drawing boards have been researched. We can now research Tier 1 buildings, so let's go right ahead and research coal mining. I think we have enough steel currently, so let's flip this over to steam cores. Only have one pile of coal so far. It should make 2. Also getting enough wood from that. You guys should be done soon. Now we have 2 piles. The wood crates have been depleted. That means we can dismantle this building and we get more workers. So I guess we'll put workers into these buildings then. We also need to put them on working on overtime. That should bring in plenty of coal. A lot more than I expected, actually. The heat map is not ideal, but it's okay-ish. We might want to look into getting heaters. But getting efficient burners would also be good, although that probably only makes it consume less coal, while improved blowers might actually make it better in terms of heat. But there is no way that the heaters are going to help our tents, so that isn't ideal. And we are looking at a temperature of -40, which will probably bring these tents down to chilly. Should be fine, but yeah, no. Coal mining has been researched. We can take these people out of their buildings. We need a steam core, but we do have that. Let's select a new research. I think we want to take more scouts first, and we'll build a coal mine here. I know I'm quite aware that it is not adjacent to the street. I need to build 2 placeholder tents. Like so. Then I want to build a road. That's perfect. Can build a road like that. And currently I think we can remove this bit here. And we can start up the game again. Would a tent there be covered? Yes, so we can build 3 more tents. 4 more tents without running into issues with heating. And that's a blessing at least. And these are placeholders, so these need to go away again. They seem determined to go this path, so I guess I should build the road there as well. It's not an ideal use of wood currently, but meh. Guys getting that soon? I think we should get a steam core before evening. When we do get one, I want to switch over to steel. Because of... Okay, maybe we won't get another one today. Oh, there we got one. Okay, let's switch this to steel then. Still have people who are hungry. Hopefully those people will get to eat today. It is looking good. Our scouts have almost arrived. There we go. A wall-like rock formation crosses our path. It almost looks like the work of human hands. Testimony of the past. We noticed some snow-covered shapes in a niche sheltered by the rock wall. After a while of digging, we uncovered several frozen bodies huddled together by a couple of broken sleds. Judging from their clothing and gear, they were scouts like us. We also found some valuable resources on the sleds. Metal and wood. Now, we didn't discover any new sites up here, so let's go back to the outpost with the little wood and steel we have, and then we can go to the remnants of a building after that. Food really is a problem here now. Okay. Yeah, we need to have more engineers running in medical posts. It's too cold. It's gonna go up to 20, down to 40, up to 30, down to 40. Okay. Not exactly what I would call ideal. Maybe we should have some workers in here. I'm not sure if we need it currently, though. We should be well in the green on coal with this coal thumper and these 2 gathering posts. This would give us... Okay, so this one is full. This would give us 24 per hour, whereas this is giving us 2 times 24 per hour. We can turn down the working hours on this one because I believe it was full. Let's just pay attention to that. More scouts have been researched. I don't think we're gonna use them currently. What is the next level of that? 75-25. We could get faster gathering. Or we could get mixed crews. Okay, so this one is a bit difficult. Charcoal is definitely out of the question on this specific place. I think we're going to go with the drafting machines. Hold on for a moment, please. There we go. Sorry about that. Really? Oh! I could target it. Ah! Dismantle. Maybe the gathering post there was causing some collision issues. I'm not sure. Outpost 11. You still haven't dispatched the steel and steam cores shipment to us? Our patience is wearing thin. You are hereby reminded of the need to put more effort into fulfilling your duty. Understood. That's not very nice of them. Let's switch to steam cores then, so we can send off the shipment. Can you blame me? You're not treating me very well, you know that? How does this thing even work? Oh, it's a cart thing that comes here. With an elevator going up and down. Drafting machines have been researched. That's good. The freight elevators raising the output by another 15%. Bunkhouses probably wouldn't be a bad idea either. Lighter scout sleds would be very good. Efficient burners. They will burn 33% less coal as I thought. Let's get the lighter scout sleds first. And we have plenty of coal currently, so we can take people out of these buildings. Let's wait until that one is full. We need someone in here. Here we go. And take them out as well. I have no idea what they're supposed to do, but I don't see any reason why we shouldn't build another sawmill over here. And that seems to be close enough to grab all of the trees. But sadly not close enough to get coverage from the brazier. So let's build that there. As soon as we get the heaters, that will help. Scouts units number 1 have returned safely to the city with 58 steel and 86 wood. Let's send them straight out to the remnants of a building here that we can see the outline of. Okay. Yeah, no, food is definitely a huge concern here. Have you moved over to steam cores? Yes, you have. We have plenty of steel currently. Hopefully they'll finish the other steam core so we can send that to New London before the... There we go. Let's send that off. Just keep it on steam cores. Outpost 11. We have bad news for you. Oh really? I am so surprised. The rules governing your shipments are changed. From now on, food supplies will be sent only after you dispatch a shipment of steel and steam cores our way. We regret the necessity of taking such drastic measures, but they were deemed essential to facilitate timely delivery of critical supplies. I'm sure you're regretting it massively. We don't have time for that? Well then. They don't want to send us food? Great. I sense a breach in this alliance coming in. But you know, I think I have no other choice than to do this. Emergency shift. We might lose a technician now, but I need research to keep going here, because the situation currently is untenable. We must act. Sir, our people are angry and anxious about the food situation. A group of experienced explorers is here to talk to you about a solution. By cutting our food supply, New London has shown that we can't rely on them. We need to have another source of food. Fortunately, our scouts reported signs of recent human presence to the south. Send them to investigate. This might be our lucky break. Let's hope so. Let's make another unit of scouts and send that to the natural terrace down south. There's a road ahead that opens and leads to a mountain terrace. They are pretty discontent at the moment, but can't blame them for that. Lighter scout sleds have been researched. Scouts are now 50% faster. Very good. I think that we will go with the mixed crews next then. Nothing of particular interest out there currently. Multiple problems. We do have one idle engineer, but we still need all of our engineers that are currently working in the medical posts to keep doing that. But I will build another workshop just in case. The question is where? I guess we can build it here. I'm pretty sure we're going to need a brazier out here as well, so why not? The heat in those buildings should be comfortable as is without the brazier though, so that should be fine. Overtime right away. Temperature is rising again, so we can turn off the braziers. Probably easier to just use the heat map for that. Mixed cruise has been researched. Let's get the freight elevators next. That'll take 9 hours, but we should be good. I need to figure out which one of these do not have patients. This one does not have patients. Take them out and put them into this. And this is the time to start coal mining again. I can put it to steel and steam cores, which is what we will be doing. Waiting. Oh. Remnants of a building. Indeed, a large building stood here once. The size and number of chimneys suggest that it might have been an inn. But now their collapsed remains are all that stands among snow and ice. I wonder how long this has been there and how many of you have been screaming at the screen, "Caledorn, your scouts have arrived!" We'd love to eat here. Before the frost, there was probably a road here that led from the bay to the plains, and it must have been frequented since there was an inn beside her. The place was undoubtedly nice, at the feet of the mountains with a view of the sea on the horizon. That's all we can guess from the ruins sticking out from under the ice. Sites discovered, forgotten fishery, and Nansen's Stormwatch. Nansen's Stormwatch, interesting. Let's take a look at this forgotten fishery. There we go, we have freight elevators raising output by another 15%. That helps a bit. The next thing we'll get then is heaters, because it's going to drop down to minus 40, so... And we are basically full on coal, so we can take these workers out again. And I'm not sure where to put them. Put 10 of them in there. And do an overtime there as well. Yes, I'm aware of the discontent down there, but it's barely beneath 50%, and it's not really an issue before it gets up to like 70 or 80%. But of course there could be an event here that suddenly just pushes it up. Then again, there's not much I can do about that until it happens. If it happens. High discontent. Sir, our people are discontented. They are arguing and complaining. Maybe we should ask New London for help with this issue. Yes, we should. We need to address growing discontent. We looked at the problem and we think we have a law that will help solve it. Thank you. Fighting Arena Edict. Thank you. To free the administration from arbitrating disagreements and raise the recovery rate of steam cores, from now on all disputes will be resolved during fist-fighting events organized on evenings in a designated fighting arena. That's going to help. This covers these. Because that one isn't covered, much to my annoyance. But I believe we have 10 beds too many, if I'm not mistaken. We have 7 vacant beds, okay. We can build another tent here, and we can tear this down when these are done. Heaters have been researched. I don't think we're going to get the second steam core today. The next thing we should get now probably is bunkhouses. We are completely out of food. Fighting arena built. Hope rises. Good. Yeah, that helps quite a bit. Scouts have reached the natural terrace. The mountain terrace slopes gently towards the valley below. Place with a view. The view is promising. The valley seems cozy by the Frostlands standards and invites us to descend into it. There is nothing remarkable in the terrace itself. Sites discovered, secluded valley. Carry on. Ahead of us we see an isolated cozy valley which seems to invite us to visit. Indeed. Tomorrow it's going to be minus 40 again, or for the first time. That should be interesting. Scouts have reached the Forgotten Fishery, but we can dismantle this building. This sheltered cove was a convenient place for fishing once, until seas froze and a thick snow cap buried everything. Strong winds blew the snow away, revealing remains of fishermen's hut, raw food and wood. No fishing today. Remains of fishermen's huts and tents are scattered among the ice. The wood is crushed to splinters. It won't be of any use to us. 8 raw food and 17 wood. Yay! Sites discovered, Observatory ruins. Yeah, we've been there before. This is undoubtedly the building of the observatory belonging once to the British Royal Society. Sturdily built, it seems to have survived the storm intact. Yeah, While it is night, we might as well build a brazier up here. I think that should cover both sides of the road. $284, $225. There isn't really that much wood on this map, as I mentioned in the beginning, so that might also become an issue. We can turn that off for now. $22 idle workers. We have an average favor with them. They can send us wood or they can send us coal, but I don't think we're going to ask them for either of those. As things stand right now, we have enough wood and coal, I would say. Shipment for New London is ready to dispatch, so let's do that. At least that makes them send us a little bit of raw food, and the temperature is dropping significantly here. Let's turn on these braziers. Chilly. And this one I think we can just turn on the heater. This is not good. Scouts have reached the secluded valley. Yeah, we need the technology to it's gonna go back up to 20 on day 14, but this is problematic. And we're more or less out of steel, so I think that we just have to do this. And we'll just have to ignore London, or New London for the time being, because I need more steel. Otherwise we won't be able to research. That's double the amount of steel. Bunkhouse has been researched, that's good. Could get cookhouse insulation, which probably wouldn't be a bad idea, but the steel coal thumper is enough for 4 gathering posts. This one would require 50 steel, so that's completely out of the question. I don't need a factory. We need steel before we do research. There we go. Raises the temperature by 2 levels. How does our heat map look currently? Yeah, we need that. That is actually important. So improved heaters it is. Send some people out here to collect coal. Scouts have reached the Observatory ruins. Hold on. Sorry, I just had to sneeze there. This one is waiting, and this one is waiting. Observatory ruins. Close up, it turns out that the building is not in such a good condition as it seemed. The walls are partly collapsed, the dome's structure is damaged, and part of it fell inside. End of science. The roof dome collapsed a long time ago, probably under the weight of snow, allowing the Arctic climate to complete the work of destruction. The great storm took the rest. There is nothing here for us, but a little bit of resources. I think that'll take for 24 hours, while that will take 12 hours. Actually, I don't think there is that much of a gain, so we'll just send them to Nansen Stormwatch right away. These guys. This valley seems to have its own microclimate. It's less cold, and the waterfall, although frozen, appears to have been flowing relatively recently. People were here. Going further into the valley, we find the remains of a grove. A large number of stumps is all that's left of it. Someone cut it down, and not too long ago. We found some fresh chips under the snow. Sites discovered: hot springs. Get a little bit of wood, and then we can go to the hot springs. Also 12 hours to arrive. Ah, no, not also. The other one was 24 hours. We desperately need food, though. Nobody's starving yet, but they are hungry. And we're done with the improved heaters. That's a blessing. I think we're just going to go straight on to the mechanical calculators so that we can get these tier researchers. We are full on coal, so we may just as well take people out of there and put them in here. Medical post, Chile. That's not ideal. People are hungry. Captain, some of our people are here to talk about the lack of food. They have been hungry for days now, and they fear that soon they'll begin to starve. They want you to do something. You have 3 days to feed everyone. You have 3 days to feed everyone and stockpile 56 food rations, or I won't address this right now. The discontent we'll get if we don't feed everyone within 3 days is so high that I'll just go with I won't address this right now. Thankfully that didn't give us too much unrest. But really, I had not... Shipment has reached New London, that's something. Let's grab a couple of workers from here. Need you in there. Scouts should be arriving very soon. There we are. Scouts have reached the hot springs. A small settlement built under the cover of rocks, in which several dozen people live. It consists of several sturdy buildings and 2 large greenhouses heated by hot springs. A gift of life. Amazingly, people live here, and not only do they grow their own food, but they're willing to share it. This enclave of life, clinging to a few hot springs, was settled after the Great Storm by people from a town which survived with the help of another city. They set up the hothouses here and planted the seeds, as they say, to pass the gift of life. They gave us some food as a gesture of goodwill and are eager to trade more in exchange for help with expanding their settlement. Terrific. We take the food and promise to build a trading post here, a trading depot. Need to send a construction team. Let's send these scouts back. Go to the transport depot. We need workers, steel and wood to do that. Actually 10 workers. And we will send those guys to the hot springs immediately, because this is critical. Trade with hot springs. Now that we found a promising food source, we should form a construction team unit in the transport depot and send them to hot springs to build a permanent trading depot. Yeah, already done that. That gave people a little bit of hope. Turn on the heater in here. $39 hungry, 0 starving. But at least we're getting some raw food from there. Yeah, this map is definitely showing off its difficult sides. Of course, that didn't help that I forgot to send up the scouts in the beginning there, but still, this is definitely challenging, but fun. And since it is day 11 and the temperature will rise this day, I think that it is time to end the episode here. So, thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you all in the next episode.